Full shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thugs in harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse with only few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Yo, people, what's going on, man? It's G. We are back in the building. I hope everybody is blessed. I hope everybody is doing well. We're here on International Week, so you already know the vibes already. It's boring as hell. I mean, we're seeing the debates, best, when they do the who's better, Mo Salah, Eden Hazard, Gareth Bale, was Thierry Henry really a good player? And yeah, that's how you know it's International Week, man, because we've got too much time on our hands, man. So all of these kind of debates always seem to pop up. But listen, man, we're here to do England's first game under the new manager, and that is Lee Carsley. Of course, Gareth Southgate has left the nation. He's left the country, after the last tournament where England, of course, got to the final, lost out to Spain, deservedly so, if I'm being totally honest with you. But listen, under a new regime, a couple of new things happening. Yes, it's going to be pretty interesting, man. First game against Republic of Ireland as well. So, of course, that's going to be an absolutely feisty game. Before we get into it, guys, as always, man, please make sure you are smashing that like button. Please make sure you share and subscribe to the channel on the road to 2K. So hopefully we will get there very, very soon. Now, obviously, the England squad was posted out. You guys can see here. There have been a few people I think have dropped out. I believe Cole Palmer. I believe he was actually one of those names. I don't know who else off the top of my head. But either way, we'll have a little talk about it, and then we'll take a little dive into the team and etc. etc. So obviously, of course, you can see here, as I mentioned, of course, yeah. So Cole Palmer. I can't remember who else the other one was. There might be another one, but listen, it doesn't even really matter. So you can see here, and we're going to talk about a few of the players who have, of course, been thrown in to the new squad. A couple of new names that we are, of course, seeing in there, and of course, we'll get to them. Goalkeepers: Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, and Nick Pope back there with the England squad. Defenders: interestingly enough, he's put Trent Alexander-Arnold back in the defenders slot, so no more midfielder. So clearly, obviously, I think it was once, once Arne Slot had kind of made that decision, where he said, you know what, he's going to be playing right back. I think now everyone's going to just leave him there, and potentially a different kind of role, but interesting to see him there. Levi Colwill, and of course, we'll take a look at him. Mark Gay, Ezri Konsa, Livramento, one I'm really happy about. Rico Lewis as well, Harry Maguire, and John Stones. In the midfield, we've got Phil Foden, Conor Gallagher, Angel Gomez. I feel like that's kind of a surprising one as well. Kobe Mainu, as I mentioned, Cole Palmer, I believe, is out. Declan Rice and Morgan Gibbs-White. So again, a few new names in there. And then the forward line, you've got Jared Bowen, Eze, Anthony Gordon, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, Ollie Watkins, and again, another new name in Noni Madueke. Now, obviously, taking a look at some of these, new guys who have, of course, come in. Madueke, of course, being one of them. Chelsea winger started the season off really brightly as well. Got himself a hat-trick at Wolves. A bit of controversy behind all of that, but listen, man, he got his hat-trick. Decent little player. I think, of course, there's more to come from, someone like Madueke. I think that's something that over time, I mean, when he was at PSV, I thought he's a good winger. He's decent. He's all right, but he just needs to work on a few things here and there. And I think it's the same thing, being at Chelsea as well. I still feel like, yeah, this is a player that still just needs to work on, a few bits and bobs. But listen, with Cole Palmer not being there, having someone else who can, of course, play on that right-hand side, who is not called Bukayo Saka, is always going to be a good thing. I think that's always England's problem, is you always got the first set of people who can play there, but do you have anybody else? If that person can't play or that person isn't playing well, have you got a different type of option? And I think with Lee Carsley being the manager, I feel like he's going to reward a lot of the under-21s that he, of course, won the championship with not too long ago. So, some of these names I feel are being put in there for, that very reason. But I think with the strong start to the season, I is one of those players. I definitely feel like he's, one of the players who, because of the relationship with the under-21s manager, he did decent for Nottingham Forest, in my personal opinion, last season. Do I think he deserves it? Hey, listen, we're going into a new era, so I don't know what the criteria is. I don't know how he kind of sees it. I do think that someone like Gibbs White definitely needs to make sure that he, continues his kind of trajectory, so to speak, because of course he was at Wolves, didn't really, work out for him, over there, moved to then Nottingham Forest, done pretty well in his first season at Nottingham Forest, I felt anyways. Last season, I thought he was okay. Maybe you could say he maintained. His kind of performance levels. And listen, if that's enough, then that's enough, to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see where he would play, what position he would play in. I think, of course, Lee Carsley knows him well, so he'll probably know where best to kind of fit someone like him. So let's just wait and see, in regards to that. Angel Gomez played in a double pivot actually with Curtis Jones, in the excuse me, in the tournament, in the under-21 championship. So that's interesting to see, that he's obviously been put into the team. Again, this is a player who, of course, obviously at Manchester United, had to obviously move away in France, and he's just been. I feel like he's just one of those kind of players where it's like he's just been. I want to say under the radar. I don't know if under the radar is the best kind of word to use, if I'm being honest. But listen, he's been out of the limelight anyway, being at Lille over there in League. I thought, like in terms of, I looked at some of the highlights and, seen a couple of the reports on Angel Gomez. He was okay last season. Again, I think just like Gibbs White, it's another one of those under-21s manager. He knows you. He knows what you can do. He knows what you're about. Maybe feels like, listen, of course, with his age as well, he's 24, years of age at this current moment in time. Maybe he feels, what, let's give him a crack, at this kind of level. Let's see how he does. And then, you just take it from there. But again, it's so early in the season to to really say, does someone deserve it, not deserve it kind of thing. So listen, put all these guys in, see what they do, see how they are. And then I guess you can just literally, just take it from there. Next up, we got Levi Colwill. A lot of people talking about Levi Colwill last season, before balls even kicked, myself included. I really wanted Liverpool to sign him. In fact, I still want Liverpool to sign him. I think he is a good centre back. Was shafted over at left back a few times, left wing back. For Chelsea last season under Pochettino, didn't really put up, good performances in my personal opinion. I felt like he's obviously shown a lot better than, what he showed us last season. So, would I say he's taken a dip? He's definitely not maintained the performance levels he showed, in his stint, at Brighton. So, yeah, I think for someone like Levi Colwill, going to be a big season ahead, under the new manager, Maresca, especially with the way that Chelsea want to kind of play football. Does that play into his hands? Potentially. So, listen, man, we just have to kind of wait and see. But listen, looking at him just in a general sense, I think he's a good centre-back, strong, quick, good on the ball. So yeah, maybe that might be something that he's looking for in, his centre backs and how he wants potentially his centre backs to play. It's going to be interesting to see really how Lee Carsley wants his teams to actually play. Again, looking at all the highlights and stuff, but I said, you know what? Under 21s football is totally different to men's football, man. And England don't have would I say, somewhat like Spain, for example. You know how like with Spain, they've got their succession. Everyone plays the exact same as they do in under 12s as they do in the first team. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas with England, we don't really have that. So I'm just intrigued. I'm going to wait until this first game, of course, against the Republic of Ireland to really see, how do England want to play? Can it work with the players that you do have? Are we missing someone? Do we need to bring in other players? Etc. Etc. Next up is Livramento. I really, really like Livramento. I've always liked him. Obviously, unfortunate they had that massive injury, moving from Chelsea to Southampton, and of course now at Newcastle. I don't know. It's something about him. He could play left back, he could play right back, but I just feel like his overall ability he's got mad potential. He's good. He's good on the offense. He's good at defense. Acting like this in American sport, but he's good. He's good in both sectors. He's comfortable on the ball. He can pass. He can get himself forward. He's decent in 1v1 situations. I'm not saying he's great at anything. I don't think he is. Of course, not yet. Still, needs time to be able to develop into develop into something where you can at least say either you're going to be a jack of all trades but really good at everything, or you've got this one thing that you're really good at. I still think he needs time to kind of, you know, develop that. Again, he had that massive injury where he was out for ages, but I still feel like his stock is still, you know, quite high. And I think the reason for that is because he's actually a really, really good player, you know, and being able to play both left back and right back. We know England want that. We know England like that. I mean, we had Kieran Trippier, you know, I think he retired from international. We had Kieran Trippier, you know, playing left back, even though he's a right wing back, you know, kind of thing. That it just seems like England need players like this. So listen, if he can fill in that void, 100%, man. I really, really like him as a player. Rico Lewis, Manchester City player. I think he is a phenomenal talent. I think he's absolutely excellent. Right back, the defensive midfield. This guy can do it all. Again, probably a bit of a cheat code because he's playing, you know, for Manchester City, Pep Guardiola. But you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, this guy, ever since he came into that Manchester City team, and he's still not, you know, like a first team regular or anything, but this season he started quite well. But I feel like ever since he came into the team, he's just been a solid act. You know, he's just been calm. Like you wouldn't even know that this guy, you know, he's just coming into the teams and stuff like that. You'd honestly believe that this guy's been around for, you know, this kid, should I say, he's been around for ages. You know, he's taken to men's football very easily. Of course, like I said, bit of a cheat code because you are at Manchester City with the greatest manager around. But listen, I feel like this is a player with crazy potential. It's going to be interesting to see, one, where he plays for England, but also what kind of position is he going to kind of nail down, you know, for Manchester City first and foremost, but then, of course, you know, for England, because we know right back, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold there. You know, Carl Walker technically still there for now, but Trent will obviously take up that mantle. Of course, you do want to have that replacement in need. So maybe, you know, different ideas, different kind of players for different games and stuff like that. Listen, who doesn't want to have options? And I think Rico Lewis is a fantastic player, you know, to have in your team. But yeah, those are the kind of, you know, those are the kind of players I was just looking at, and I just thought to myself, okay, you know, the new guys kind of coming in. As I said before, I personally feel that it is more to do with the fact that he's the former under-21s manager. He knows these guys, he knows what they're about. So you know what, let's just get these guys in and then kind of take it from there. But listen, who knows? Who kind of knows it, you know, what's going to necessarily happen, you know, kind of thing. So I think we just got to literally just take it from there. As I said, we'll see how that first game goes, and then, you know, we see what's up. But obviously, I've got up here, of course, predicted lineup for the game against the Republic of Ireland. So let's just play no games. We've got Pickford in goal. Left back. I mean, you ain't got no Luke Shaw, obviously, in there, which is kind of funny. Maybe, I think it's going to be between Livramento and Levi Colwill. I think he's going to go Levi Colwill at first. Levi Colwill, will he do it? Will he? Yeah, I think, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with Levi Colwill. I think that's what he's gonna do for the first, because I mean, like I said, you've got no Luke Shaw or anything like that. By the way, where is Luke Shaw? Is he injured again? That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I think you've got no other natural left-footed player over there. I feel like that was one of the things we was looking at in terms of just balance on that side, you know, of the pitch. And I think it would just be a bit smarter to have someone like him there. But listen, I don't know yet if Lee Carsley is a smart man. And by the way, I'm going with a 4-2-3-1 just for the time being. Again, he went with that for the under-21, so I'm just going to go with that for the just for now. But again, it could be totally different, so I welcome it. Right back, we'll go with Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think started the season pretty decent, and I think now that he's got some clarity in regards to his position, his role within the team, obviously at Liverpool, I feel like it just makes sense having him there in that position. I think he's going to go with, I do think Mark Gahey, but then because Harry Maguire and Stones are back, you know what? I think he will go with Gahey at least anyway. Because listen, look, Gahey was absolutely fantastic, one of England's best players, you know, at the tournament. So I mean, it'll be utter disrespect if he just dropped him. But maybe if you're just trying to see things, fair enough. But I feel like it would be disrespectful if he just dropped, you know, Mark Gahey like that. We'll go with Harry Maguire. We'll go with Maguire. He has started the season okay, like, you know, in comparison. Midfield double pivot now. Oh god, this is where it all becomes a little bit, you know what I mean? Well, definitely Declan Rice. So you've definitely got Deckers in there. So let's put Declan Rice in there. We'll try to really be on. Maybe left. Deckers, Mr. I just got a red card recently. I think he's going to go Kobe Mainoo in this position, actually. Again, Kobe Mainoo played quite a few games in the tournament, started to come a bit more, you know what I mean, prominent in that team. Does he want to change it up too much? Do you know what I'm saying? Right wing, we've got Bukayo Saka. Of course, come on, Don Dada. I think we share the same birthday as well. If we do, big up to yourself, Bukayo Saka. Happy birthday, my boy. Left wing was pretty tricky. I didn't really know who to put there because obviously you've got Jack Grealish is back in there. You've got Eze over there. You've got Anthony Gordon. Does he go with Grealish? You know what? I think he's going to go with Anthony Gordon, actually. I think he might give Anthony Gordon a bit of a run out. There we go. Anthony Gordon. Boom. Attacking midfield. Obviously, there is no Jude Bellingham. There's no Cole Palmer, to my knowledge. I don't think. I will actually double check that, actually. Because I don't want to say there's no Cole Palmer and then find out that Cole Palmer is actually in the squad, but something was telling me that he picked up an injury. Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer, 100%. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, he's withdrawn from the England squad. Okay, perfect. All right, so there's no Cole Palmer, so I'll go with. I know it's kind of like my 11, but I'm also trying to think like, okay, what would he do, kind of thing. I mean, the only other option really is either Gibbs White or Eze. Gibbs White or Eze. I'm going to go Eze. Again, I'm just going with more to do with the fact that senior player, so to speak, in terms of obviously between him and Thing. I'm not saying that that's the best choice, just what I think he would much rather do to start off a game anyway. And then, of course, you know, Mr. Standstill. Oh, no, sorry, Mr. Drop Deep. Mr. Full Six. And that is Harry Kane. So yeah, that's kind of my team. Obviously, let me know in the comments what you guys think in regards to the team. Like, I am a little bit like intrigued to see what he would do. There are a couple players, like I do think he, you know, Gibbs White could potentially be someone in there. Jack Grealish could potentially play left wing as well. There's no Adam Wharton in this squad, which I did find a little bit surprising, but you know what, fairs. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. So yeah, in goal, Pickford, right back, Trent, Mark Gay, Maguire, left back, Levi Colwill, which will obviously do good as well if they want to then slot into a back three. If Trent then pushes it into the midfield, you've got three natural centre backs, and it's a bit more of a right-sided centre back central, and then you've got the Levi Colwill out on the left. So that's my thinking with him that being there. Kobe Mainoo and Rice in the middle, with Saka, Eze, and Gordon just behind Harry Kane. I think that's pretty decent. I know you got Rico Lewis and stuff like that, but I think these kind of players will just come off the bench as opposed to starting the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in regards to the team. Let me know if there's any changes that you people would make. In regards to a score prediction, I think I'll go with 2-1 England. No. Yeah, 2-1 England. I'll go 2-1 England. I think it'll be a tricky game, first game as well. But again, it's more about, for me, it's just more about how interesting it's going to be in terms of the way England will actually play. So yeah, after that first game, I think I'll have a better idea, because I can use obviously what he's done at under 21 level, hence why I've gone with that 4-2-3-1. But at the same time, it's men's, it's the senior level. I'm not saying you can't play that same way, but I just want to see what it looks like before I can then start commenting and, you know, stuff like that. But leave your thoughts, of course, in the comment section, people. And yeah, I'll be back with my match reaction after the game. So catch you guys on the other side. Peace.